Going around our community, going around our community and making new friends, meeting people in our community, meeting people in our community and making new friends. Welcome to Community Storytime.
Hey, good morning, Greg.
Hey, good morning, Henny. How are you today?
I am good. I'm ready for another edition of Community Storytime. As people at home know, this is this season we're concentrating on people who hail from different areas of the world, and I'm excited that we get to have our friends Ace and Red today.
Yes, we do. And Ace is from the Philippines. There you can see it on the globe. And if you see Michigan on your left and you go all the way over on the right, you can see the Philippines. And I'm guessing, we'll have to ask him, I'm guessing it's probably faster to fly west to get there from here, but I don't really know. But
yeah, I was wondering the same thing.
Yeah. And well, today, but we do have Ace Marsigan, who is the founder and executive director of the Grand Rapids Asian Pacific Foundation. He is the father of Red, husband to Jackie, and he was born in the Philippines and moved to the United States at the age of 15. And it is a great pleasure to have in our studio today Ace and Red. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Hi, welcome. It's good to see you guys. And
thanks for having us.
Thanks. Yeah, we're so glad you could join us.
And sharply dressed too this morning, I see.
Yeah, tell us about what you're wearing there.
So we are wearing what we call a barong Tagalog. This is post-colonial wear attire in the Philippines. So when the Spaniards colonized the Philippines, this was introduced to the community or to the country, and eventually became the national attire that people, dignitaries, and people, like the president of the Philippines would wear, just to symbolize that this is the Philippine attire.
Okay, well, you guys look super sharp.
You sure do, sure do. And the way we like to start, I'm going to bring up some photos, and I'll just have the two of you very briefly just kind of tell us what is happening in these photos and what we're looking at. It'll just take me a minute here to get my screen shared. Can you see it there right now?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Yep. And I just wanted to show that map there, Ace, because we showed it on the globe, but the Philippines really, there's a lot of islands and things there.
You know what's funny, Greg? When I was growing up in the Philippines, it was counted as 7,100 plus islands.
Wow.
But recently, when satellite imagery was available, they actually found out that there's more. So right now, the actual count, I believe, is like 7,680, or a little bit more than that.
Wow, amazing. And
so that looks like Manila.
Okay, that's Manila. Is that the capital then?
That's the capital of the Philippines, and I was born just on the outskirts of Manila, or it was or the city itself. I was born in Balut Tondo, little suburbs in Manila.
Looks like a beautiful city. Oh.
Red, what is that?
There goes the jeepney. Here's a little model of it, but it's wood. And of course, I like eating sorbets, which is ice cream.
Here, tell us a little bit about the jeepney.
Jeepneys. My parents didn't have that much money in young age in the family, so they decided to ride a jeepney. It's not free; it's just $1 to take it to your, for it to give you to your place.
Okay, so they get you from place to place. Excellent.
They
Yeah,
look,
it's
they
it's
look
a little
super
minivan.
fancy.
It's really fancy. So people will decorate the jeepney as fancy as possible. I mean, the front of it is, to attract people to ride it. It was in World War II. The jeeps that the military have left behind, the resources of the Filipinos, what they did was they extended the back of the jeep and made it a passenger. It looks like a passenger van. So
Yeah.
that's why, hence the name jeepney. So
Yeah.
it came from the jeeps.
Oh, wow. What a great repurposing.
And in Filipino, it's jeep, jeep, jeep.
Okay.
Okay.
It sounds like jeep.
And just some school children there.
Yeah, so I grew up in Manila. In our class, there's probably roughly 40 kids per grade and per section. And it's such a fun communal school. I mean, we learn many different things as well as like bringing lunch to the classroom. So when we were like 6, 7 years old, group of our classmates would go to the cafeteria, bring this lunch supply back to the classroom, where we all learn how to, fend for ourselves. We were taught responsibilities, but actually cleaning the classrooms itself. And, it's just one of those things that are part of education system.
Okay.
Nice. And
Now it looks like the Mayon volcano. That's a famous cone-shaped volcano in the Philippines. And it's picturesque. Everybody just wants to take a picture of this beautiful volcano. Recently, it erupted, I believe, in 1992. And when it erupted, it actually covered a substantial amount of ash in the atmosphere that actually caused some changes in the environment.
oh, so that's an active volcano then.
It's supposed to be not really that active, but that's what happened in the 90s.
Okay.
I can't quite see the picture, Greg.
Yeah, I think that's like maybe a rice field there, and there's a.
So in the Philippines, there's an abundance of the weather is great to grow rice, and it's one of the export products that they would produce. And there's a lot of rice fields. Actually, in the Philippines, it's too bad I didn't get a chance to send you a picture of the famous rice terraces where it was Bugal people, and it was famous because it's a mountain that they cut down and they made it like rice fields.
Oh, wow. And then of course we always like to show some of the native species of animals too.
What is that? Right?
In English, that must be a sea turtle or something.
A sea turtle.
Tell me what it is.
In Filipino, there's pagong.
Yeah, pagong.
And how about this one?
Yeah, more like a baby monkey, I think.
So in the southern part of the Philippines, I believe that's a tertiary. It's a really small, tiny animal, and it's native mostly in the Mindanao, south part of the Philippines.
Okay. And there's always like to show some food too.
Yeah, that's pancit as noodles.
Is that your favorite?
Pancit.
I mean pancit.
That's right.
Okay. Makes me hungry. I can't wait for
Yeah. So Ace, tell me, you touched on it a little bit, but what does a year look like as far as climate in the Philippines? What kind of weather do you get?
There's only 2 seasons. One second. Look at how I say it. There is tag-init and tag-ulan. Tag-init is the dry season. Tag-ulan is the wet season. And we're in the middle of tag-init in the Philippines. Even though
Okay.
it's wet today.
Thank you. Red.
Yes.
I asked the wrong person, apparently. I should have
That's
asked you right from the beginning. So you have two main seasons, the wet season and the dry season. All right. And what languages are spoken in the Philippines?
So the Philippines is quite unique. There is about over 100 plus different dialects spoken in the Philippines. I myself speak the main one of the main languages. It's called Tagalog.
Okay.
But my wife, she speaks 4 different languages that's spoken in the Philippines. So it's quite a unique experience.
Yeah.
But everybody tries to communicate with Tagalog
Okay.
and sometimes English as well.
Okay.
Very cool.
So we saw a picture of the food there. Tell us a bit about the food, and more importantly, is there anywhere locally here in Kent County that we could find some great Filipino food?
So far there is an actual Filipino food truck. So shout out to Sansei. Sansei is this gentleman who brings his food truck to relax at Rosa during in the middle of the summer, and also during our festivals. And unfortunately, there's not an actual restaurant. But good thing, Red's mom is an amazing.
And my most favorite things are adobo and kanin and sinigang. It might be sour at first, but when you get used to eating it, it's good.
I bet. You're making me hungry. Well, we'll have to look out for that food truck. So Ace, do you still have family back in the Philippines? Do you get to go back very much?
I haven't been back since 1993. I do have cousins and aunts that still live in the Philippines. Most of my family are here. I do have a brother that lives in New Zealand. And so that's another country that I need to go visit again.
Yeah. Well, it's just been great hearing some information about the Philippines. And now my favorite part of Community Storytime is that you guys are going to share a book with us.
Thank you for giving us that opportunity, and I'm looking forward to reading some of the parts of the book.
Yeah.
He's such a reader at 7 years old. It's just fun for him to read Filipino words as well.
Yeah. And Red and Ace will be reading Filipino Friends by Lyanna Ramulo. And we have expressed permission from Tuttle Publishing. They have graciously given us the permission to read this to you today. Now, we always start off with an opening rhyme, so Miss Henny will lead that if we can all get our hands up.
Here we go. All right. Ace, Red, you're going to join us. Here we go. Open them, shut them. Open them, shut them. Give a little clap. Open them, shut them, open them, shut them, put them in your lap. Creep them, creep them, creep them, creep them, creep them, right up to your chin. Open your mouth, but don't let them in. All right.
Okay, well, I'm going to turn the screen over to you two. And once again, we have Ace and Red Marasigan reading Filipino Friends by Lyanna Ramulo.
Hello guys, my name is Red, and here is my dad, and we're gonna read Filipino Friends by Lyanna Ramulo, illustrated by
Corazon Dandan Albano. So I want to read this part real quick, Red. So this book is through the eyes of Sam. He's a Filipino-American boy visiting the Philippines for the very first time. Now you want to teach him a word?
Salamat po. That means thank you.
Nice. And that was the sorbetero guy that you were showing earlier, right? All right. Let's read this.
It's like ice cream. Yeah, it is. Looking out over a city that's new, Sam feels lonely, strange, frightened, and blue.
Look at this one. So buildings are called
Gusalis,
a train,
tren,
car,
kotse,
road,
calzada,
and then you were showing everybody this one, right?
jeep. Here's a little model of it.
Nice.
But in real life, it's colorful.
Mm-hmm.
In the Philippines, the seasons are 2 instead of 4. Tag-init and tag-ulan. They've got dry season and wet season. We're in the middle of dry season, April, April.
That's right, right?
Abril.
It's a real.
Abril. Sam's family is very small. There's only Sam, his mom, and his dad. That's all.
This looks like us, right?
I don't have a alaga, but
A pet? Do you want an alaga?
yeah, so I can be like Sam. I'm the only son in this family.
How about June? June has a big family, right?
June's family is a family extended. The cousins to play with, he's always contented.
Lolo,
Grandfather,
grandmother.
Lola,
How about this one? Cousin.
Pinsan.
Good job, Red.
Sam shakes hands with people he meets. Pia kisses as she greets.
How do you greet people in the Philippines?
Manda po,
What does that mean?
bless.
Can you read this part for them?
Filipino kids must always show respect for grown-ups or anyone much older than they are.
Nice, Red. Good job, bud.
Sam likes bread with every meal, but Pia thinks rice is a better deal.
So what's breakfast?
Almusal,
And lunch?
tanghalian,
That's great. So we eat a lot of rice in the Philippines, and we also eat a lot of rice here.
with adobo,
That's right.
which is meat. Chocolate ice cream is Sam's favorite treat, but halo is hard to beat.
So halo is that with shaved ice, right?
Mhm.
And all those really good fruit juices and fruits all mixed together with some sorbetes.
A baby's christening can be kind of neat. One just mustn't overeat.
And there's so much food when there's a party.
Pagkain.
Pagkain means food.
Pagkain.
A child means,
Bata.
and those coins are called barya.
Yeah, it's like New Year's.
Mm-hmm.
It's like New Year's, except that it's for like a baby's Christmas, but it's just for a baby
Baby.
and stuff. With new friends, cousins, and classmates, Sam plays games like in the States.
So there's so many different games in the
And I
Philippines. right?
remember this game from another book.
Which one?
It's called Sipa.
Let's show it.
Sipa means kick in Filipino, but in the game, it is the object that you kick. That's called the Sipa.
Let's show everyone.
I remember that from Pandisal.
That's another book that we were reading, right?
It's Filipino also. And also, her and all of her classmates are bread names,
That's a good book too,
like
right?
the Super Bread and Cupcake.
How about this one, right?
Sam knows by heart numbers 1 through 10, but if he falters, he tries again.
You want to show them how you read Filipino numbers?
I know Spanish, but I know this too. Isa, dalawa, tatlo, apat, lima, anim, pito, walo, siyam, sampo.
Good job, Red. Very, very good job.
The kids share snacks late in the day. I like eating this in hot summer days.
Which one's that? We're going to share it to everybody. It's ice candy.
Frozen fruit juice. Either at home or in a cafe on a hapon afternoon.
So hapon means afternoon. So let's see which ones do we know here. You know this one.
Ice cream.
And I think, this is something you like.
Oh yeah.
What is that?
Siopao. Steamed pork bun. The meat, it's so good.
What else do you like? Let's see. I think you've eaten this one. Have you tried fish balls?
No.
Not yet? Okay, I think we've tried a few of these. Oh, you like this one, egg rolls, right? I need to buy you a coconut in a Coke, like
It's
instead of a can.
coconut juice.
Yeah, it's so good.
Calamansi juice tastes oh so sweet. Like lemonade, it beats the heat.
So calamansi are like some small, tiny limes, right?
Yeah.
I don't think I've shown you a calamansi yet.
And I know the sea information, it's real. Coral looks like a plant, but it's actually an animal with a hard shell.
Oh, that's good
Even
to
though
know,
it looks
right?
terrifying. At the museum, Sam had lots of fun.
So earlier we talked about the Mayon volcano. We talked about Ifugao rice terraces.
We haven't talked about the chocolate hills.
So the chocolate hills, this is really pretty, right? Because all the little hills, they all kind of are similar in sizes. And from afar, they look like chocolate, well, like mounds of chocolate.
Vinta is like a boat.
Yeah.
A vinta is an ancient boat from the southernmost part of the Philippines.
Hey, Red, we talked about this earlier, right? The tarsier. The tiny animal, right?
Tarsiers are only 4 to 6 inches.
And then, look at this one, Maria Clara.
The Maria Clara dress became popular among Filipino ladies during the Spanish era.
And then we're wearing what do we call?
A barong for men.
So that's the male version of the Maria Clara.
But the farm was even better in comparison.
So I've stayed in a place like this, right? It's called a bahay kubo. It's a nipa hut. And then all these vegetables.
And here's this. Bahay Kubo is a popular folk song. Here's what it means. Nipa hut, although small, the plants they are fresh. Jicama and eggplants, winged beans and peanuts, runner beans, high-kenneth beans, lima beans, winter melon, sponge gourd, bottle gourd, and squash. And then there are also radishes and mustard, onions, tomatoes, garlic, and ginger, and all around this are sesame seeds everywhere.
Let's read this part.
Filipinos love music. Everyone knows Sam learned a song, and here's how it goes.
So I'm going to sing a little bit of this song in Filipino.
Bahay Kubo.
Bahay kubo, kahit munti, ang halaman doon ay sari-sari, singkamas at talong, sigarilyas at manik, sitaw, bata, patani. So I just basically sang the first part of that song. And in the Philippines, they have a kulintang. This is a really amazing instrument.
It's like mini bongos, but you play mini drums.
Right.
The hampas palayok is like piñata, but you're trying to hit a vase, so it's more breakable.
That's right. So let's not move that one. So there are the clay pots. Let's read this part.
Of fiestas or fiestas. Fiestas too. Sometimes singing is part, while games uplift even the heaviest part. This is the most hardest game.
The Palos
Bowl. It might sound easy. You have to climb a bamboo and reach the flag, but it's also slippery.
Yeah, so they put grease on the bamboo pole.
It's like oil.
Yeah, so
or like ice.
So you're so slippery, but the goal is you have to get the flag that's very on the top, right?
Like in the sky,
So
not up space.
In the festivals or the fiestas or the feast, they serve all this kind of food. Let's see which food do you recognize here. You know this one?
Lechon.
All right.
Ignore it looking like it got kidnapped.
And then we got, let me see here. Sorry. We get the palayok clay pot, and then they have the kare-kare in there, right? And then they also have mangoes, makapuno, and then they have crabs, they have lumpia, and then fish. And then, let's see this one.
The weather is warm, though it is December.
Oh, we gotta show everybody this one, right? Let's read this part.
Parole, Christmas star lantern. And it was shined in 1900s by men in the dark to the church, and it was first called a barole.
So this is our parole. It's kind of gigantic, right?
Christmas star.
What do you think?
Christmas star lantern.
Yeah.
We
So
did it from 2018.
it's a little bit too big, but there's a tail in this parole, and it's pretty big. Let's show everybody what it looks like in the picture. This is the parole.
Sorry.
How about this one?
Mittens and snowmen. Sam can only remember.
Nieve.
Snow. Guantes, gloves.
This is your favorite.
I like opening regalos.
That's right. And I believe these are the final pages.
At the end of the day, Sam's content to stay in a tropical new home with many beaches to roam. A balik bayan, Sam's happy to be a Filipino returned to his country. A balik bayan is someone who returned to its own country.
Thanks for listening. Hope you
Thank
guys
you.
enjoy that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Wonderful.
so much, Ace and Red. That was great.
Yeah, great reading, Red. And earlier we had talked about the Tagalog language, and I was wondering if you could teach me a word like how would I say thank you in Tagalog?
You say salamat. It's okay if you don't say it correctly.
Okay, I'm gonna try because salamat, like that.
Mhm.
Salamat.
Salamat.
Salamat, Ace and Red. And we often, with our community story time, we end with a little song or a rhyme. And I'm wondering if maybe you had a rhyme you could share with us.
We have a song that Red can
A
sing.
song, perfect. That would be wonderful.
So it's a traditional, not a traditional song, more of a famous folk song in the Philippines, and it's something that his mom would sing to him once in a while. You want to sing the first part of it?
I just don't know the whole song, but I only know a teeny tiny part.
That's okay. I'd love to hear it.
Me too.
Nais kong mabuhay. And I can feel like that.
Yeah, it's just all it says is like, because of you, I want to live.
Oh, that's
Very
beautiful.
sweet. Very sweet.
Well, once again, salamat.
Salamat.
Walang anuman, Greg. It means thank you. It means you're welcome.
Oh, okay. So Ace, let's talk about your organization a minute. I know that you are the executive director of the Asian Pacific Foundation, and you have a big event coming up here fairly soon, correct?
That's true, Greg. June 11 and June 12 at Calder Plaza, we are hosting our fifth Grand Rapids Asian Pacific Festival. So we are so excited. Red is going to be there along with all his friends, and so we're going to bring all the food, the entertainment, festivities, and a place for us to be able to share, and for hopefully that all of us can learn from one another.
That sounds wonderful. And you said once again that is June 11th and 12th. And will there be information on that website down there?
We're going to be putting the information up soon at the website at grapf.org. Again, it's June 11th to 12th at Calder Plaza. And we're so excited for you guys to join us.
Well,
We're going to look for you there.
yeah, I will be there in Red. I hope to meet you in person there. Well, anyways, that wraps this up. Once again, so appreciative of your time. Wonderful reading.
Well, we appreciate the opportunity, and I just want to say thank you for letting us borrow like all these different books, Filipino books that we could borrow from KDL. And so we appreciate Kent District Libraries carrying some really amazing books for our young adults here, or young people. And Roy, so you love this one, right?
Oh,
Thank
excellent. Well, that's so kind to say. And yes, that we feel that our
working together as one.
Yeah, it was great getting to meet you guys, make some new friends, and we'll look for you in June. But until then, salamat.
Salamat.
Yeah, bye Ace, bye Red.
That was awesome.
That was really fun and just great story, great rhyme.
This was This has just been such a great opportunity for me, and I know for you too, to meet people in our community, make new friends, understand different cultures. So that was really special today that Red could join us too.
Yes, it really was. And Miss Henny, I hope you have a great day, and let's mark down that Asian Pacific Festival on the calendar, shall we?
Yeah, I already have it down. All right.
All right. See ya.
Bye, Greg.
Going around our community, going around our community and making new friends, meeting people in our community, meeting people in our community and making new friends.